My name is Jesse Dunford Wood and I have a beautiful place in London called Parlour. If you're ever in town, come and visit. Now, once upon a time, I used to work for Charlie Trotter and I'm still involved in the Trotter project. So I'm going to do a great British recipe for a great American chef and a great American cause. So from London to Chicago with love, I'm going to do that very traditional dish of Welsh Rabbit. It's not Welsh and it doesn't have rabbits in it. But let's see what happens. The first thing I'm going to do is put some flour and put some butter in here. And I'm going to make a little roux. Do you all know what roux is? Now, you can make a roux with the flour and the butter to thicken a sauce. And we're going to thicken a sauce made with beer. Now, I don't know if Braybook beer, made by my friend Luke and Emerald, is available in the US, but maybe it should be soon. Now, this hasn't quite got going yet, but I'm going to preempt it and put some of the beer in. Any beer's fine, dark beer's best, session lager, okay, but the thing is, about session lager, is that there's lots left over for me. Now, what we're going to do is thicken that beer, and then we're going to put lots of delicious things inside it to make it into a beautiful, creamy, mustardy sauce. I've got shaken oak mustard, which is from the UK as well. And in England, we like our mustard really fiery. So I'm going to put an extra bit of that in as well. We also have some of that stuff that Americans call Worcestershire sauce. We call it Worcester sauce. And it's an amazing mix of all sorts of delicious things. And it gives a really savoury note to it all. Now this is looking good. It's thickening up slowly. But we also need some cheese. Use the strongest, most mature cheddar that you can find. And I'm going to be generous with my cheese. There's going to be a recipe at the end of the video. You can grate it or you can chop it, completely up to you. But that's going to go in there and that's going to melt into an amazing savoury sauce. Now, don't forget about your salt and don't forget about your pepper. The beer that you might use might be bitter. If you're using one of those ridiculous light beers that taste of water in America, it probably won't taste of anything. But be careful with your pepper. That's coming into a really nice thick sauce. Now, so we've got a cheesy, beer, mustardy, Worcestershire sauce flavoured, thick paste, and that's going to go on there. Now, I've got this stuff from the garden, a little bit of fresh oregano, and that's going to be beautiful inside this sauce as well. It's all coming together really nicely. I'm going to turn that off. Now, if you've ever been to London, and if you've ever been to Parlour, if you've ever visited me, you might know about our famous soda bread. Deep, rich, delicious, dense, great British soda bread. It's actually an Irish recipe. Now, I'm going to do two generous slabs of this beautiful bread. And we're going to put it on this little mat. Now, we've got this beautiful sauce, and it's quite good, but it could be better. I'm going to put a little bit more salt, a little bit more of that Worcestershire sauce, And I'm going to give it a really good stir. Now, if you didn't want to make mac and cheese from a packet, you can make incredible macaroni cheese with this. But what I'm going to do, oh God, I nearly forgot. Now, eggs enrich the whole thing. And what I could do is separate the egg, and then you put the yolk in there. And then that's going to be stirred in, and that's going to let the sauce glaze so nicely. Whoa. Right, there's a bit on there. There's a bit on there. There's a bit on there. Keep it thick, keep it amazing, and don't let any of the bread be seen.